Hey everyone, welcome to In-Depth Reviews. We do things a little differently around here. And today's review is of the Basher Biter Tyrannosaurus Rex. I really didn't want to buy this figure. However, Christopher Mays, he said to do a review compared to the React Attack Jurassic Park 3 Tyrannosaurus. So you know what? I did it. I listened to you guys. Let's do this. Alright, here she is, the Tyrannosaurus Rex from the film Jurassic World. She is a basher biter figure. She bashes and she bites. This sculpt is very ugly, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. So just start with the packaging. It's the same stuff I talk about a million times before. It just looks great. Open box. I do want to say something about the back of the box here. This is very photoshopped. It's very airbrushed compared to the final product. I'm going to unbox it and then show you side by side of what this looks like and how ridiculous it does look. Let's do an unboxing. This is how you do the unboxings. Do not cut these. Cut here and here. I'll show you. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's how we unbox. Duh. Some people on the internet are just so silly. The packaging is awesome for several reasons. The small details you really don't notice. The string is the same color usually as the animal. So if it's like a green animal, they're gonna put green, or yellow, they're gonna put yellow. So it's like a brownish, so they put like a beige. So I found it really cool. Okay, she's unboxed. That was actually fairly easy. I'm not gonna lie, I like the size. I like the size of the animal, but the sculpt is just bleh. The airbrushing and the actual product figure. They do a lot of airbrushings for the back promo items. Favorite dinosaur of all time, but this figure is just ugh. So let's get into her. Question number one, does she bounce? Alright, well, her right foot looks fine. Her left foot looks weird. I might as well just go into the bottoms here. It seems that the chomping's got them. Basher Biter Spinosaurus has them. These little cutouts. It looks really stupid. It's pretty much for balancing the animal. She balances roughly fine, but this left foot, bend it a little more backward, it'll look okay. Might as well just talk about the proportions of this animal. It's god awful. The head is like almost bigger than the torso. I will give them credit that the sculpt, oh god, the sculpt is actually nicely detailed. If you just had that, it's actually a really cool looking figure. The paint job on the head is not bad. The head sculpt looks pretty cool. It's like a miniature chomping Rex that they have. But the head is just so big and it's so ugly compared to the rest of the figure. They could have made the figure just like maybe 20% bigger. Just about that much bigger. And it would have been so much better. Okay, we have these slits. We got one here, one here, one here. Those are all for the action features. I understand it, but it still looks cheap. You can say, you know, oh, it's $10 this, it's $10 that. This is the lowest pricing point you're going to get for the line. I don't care. I'm going to show you the React Attack here in a second, along with other comparisons. The React Attack at that price point, which I believe was $10 back in the day, it's more of like, you know, a growler figure than, you know, this, because this doesn't have any electronics in it. But the React Attack, I think, in my opinion, is better than this toy. I'm sorry. This does look more of a JP T-Rex in the head, but I think the toy of the React Attack is just far better. So the arms are just absolutely pathetic. We know Tyrannosaurus has small arms in general, but it's just really bad. No paint. I will give them credit that it has some nice little lines. It's like some nice detailing there, but I don't like them. They look really stupid, along with just the cutouts in the head here. The dino damage is permanent. Blah. I could go without permanent dino damage. It doesn't look too big, but it's a really big gash. A really big gash. Overall, the sculpt does look pretty good. You know, there's detailing on the legs. It goes down. They sculpted it fairly nice. This side looks really nice too. The tail is kind of meh. You got a couple bumps, and like it looks like this vein. That's kind of weird. You know, they got the pebbles on the top, the pebbles on the legs for just scale purposes. It doesn't look too bad on the detailing of the actual mold, but the mold itself sucks. To put the trigger for the action feature, if you move the tail to the left, he kind of moves his head to the left a little bit, and his jaw opens. So that's okay. That's cool. Move it up and down. He bobs up and down. I guess he's trying to mate or something. Top of the sculpt looks like that. It looks pretty good. So at least there's not balancing issues with this guy. The back, obviously the ugliest. We have, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screw holes. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There's no need to have screw holes It's at least visible screw holes. It's funny because, you know, people are saying, oh, just stop complaining about the toys. They're fine. Da, da, da. Well, number one, it's my job, I guess. Number two, this same company produced low-end toys like this without screw holes. Why are they messing us up and giving us toys with screw holes? And why are we like, oh, that's okay? No, that shouldn't be okay. Why are we saying these things? That's not cool. Let's talk about the paint job. I already talked about the detailing on the head. It looks very nice. It's pretty much the same exact paint job as the Chomping Rex, and people over at Jurassic Park Legacy, or even just on the internet in general, have repainted the Chomping T-Rex, and it looks far better if they, you know, fixed up the jaw and they got rid of the cat eyes that for some reason Hasbro thinks Tyrannosaurus in the films have cat eyes, and if you put on like a different paint job that actually looks really good. So I think if you throw on a really cool paint job for this, it won't look too bad. You know, if you got rid of the screw holes, it fixes a lot of the problems. But the figure just looks weird because of the big head. I don't know. But it's just this diarrhea brown, white underbelly fades up to the diarrhea brown, and then the detailing on the head. The paint job is... The paint on the teeth, mine is missing a little white, but you got paint on the tongue and paint on the bottom of the mouth and the top of the roof of the mouth. So it looks good when you have them open. Some of the Basher biters, when you open their mouths, like the Spino, I think, and the Allosaurus, they open their mouths and like you can see that they don't have paint on the inside of their mouths, and it looks kind of stupid. But this guy doesn't look too bad for the paint job, besides it looking just very bland. The mouth is really great. You know what also is funny? Shout out to Christopher Mays. If I mispronounce your name, I'm so sorry. But this is the only reason why I'm doing this video is because he asked, hey, you gonna do Basher Biter Rex versus React Attack Rex? And I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? I wasn't gonna do it, but hey man, if people are gonna suggest stuff, I'll pretty much do them. So here's the React Attack. Oh my god. Oh, Hasbro, we have balancing issues everywhere, I guess. This is an old figure though. Her legs are probably really loose. So we have the React Attack T-Rex. Please stay fine. Look at the dino damage on this thing. Jesus. They look kind of in scale, but not really. You can see the heads. This doesn't really look Jurassic Park like at all, and this, it does, but this figure, the React Attack, is so much more within proportion to itself than this one. And this is the same company making these toys, so it's kind of inexcusable. I understand that Star Wars is coming out, and that'll probably be the breadwinner of all their wonderful, smart people that work there, but I mean, this figure for the same price point as this figure, there's no contest that this one's way better. Electronics still work. Yeah, it doesn't look like a Jurassic Park T-Rex, but it still kicks a lot of butt. Like the paint job on this, yeah, it does look kind of weird because you got this just random. It just looks like they took a paintbrush, not thin at all, just in the top. But I mean, it still kicks a lot of butt. The down damage is big, but it's, I mean, the electronics and the proportions are just fine. So the React Attack and the Basher at the same price point, it's kind of no contest. You know, the React Attack, in my opinion, is better. Some people are gonna pick Basher. That's cool with me. The Lost World Baby and the Basher Biter. My Lost World Baby, I don't think it's gonna stand because it looks like his legs are a little more from storage. This is them. They're about the same size. And I think the Lost World Baby was like, what, $5, $6, $7? No more than $10. And then it came with the cast. And I don't know if it came with any other accessories or not. But it looks very screen accurate to me. Whatever. I don't know. Look at that. That's a rubber tail. Plastic, rubber, $10. Great paint job. It looks realistic compared to this. Same price, different companies. Yeah, I know we're not getting Kenner back, but I mean, come on, is this really a contest? This 10 times out of 10. Let's bring in some herbivores, because I know kids are gonna do battles. So we got Lost World Repaint Trike and the Basher Biter T-Rex. Even that looks kind of because this is an animal that's in proportion, even though it's like, you know, the baby trike or whatever. And this is, you know, an adult T-Rex scaled down, and it still looks just weird. I mean, kids aren't gonna care. It's a decent little playtime kids can have, but it looks weird. This is not a contest. This Chasma is so much more detailed than this guy, and it's not even close to being in scale. That's not fair. Pretty much my favorite toy growing up. It's an absolute joke as far as condition is concerned. Like the cat bit off the tail and everything. I think I talked about that in my Chomping Rex review. But here we are. Once again, no contest. It's funny because, I mean, the paint is faded on this, but the base coat is almost the same exact color coat as this guy. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But I'll make fun of that for having a crappy paint job, but just imagine this still had that green paint on. It looks so much better than this. Look at what I'm talking about. Wow, this is a joke. Not even a contest, is it? This is what should have happened. But here's the bad boy and the bashing. It's an absolute joke. Not even close. Why'd I even bring the bad boy out here? Chomping, I don't want to balance either. Rex versus the Basher Biter Rex. You know what? I really, Hasbro really makes me bad with some of these balancing issues. Okay, just for this video's sake, I'm going to have to do that. And there we are. As you see, it's like the same exact animal, just different scales. If this is $10 and this is like 16, why on earth would you not buy this for 16 bucks? Is it really worth it to save yourself $6 to get this little crappy Basher Biter compared to the Chomping? If it's up to me, you get this guy. You don't get this. I mean, this has a cool action feature, and the Chomping's got some balance issues, but this Chomping is cool size. Granted, this is a nice size too, but this Chomping is just next level. It looks a lot better. Here's the sizing. It looks, you know, skull sizing. Yeah, garbage. Real quick, the bottoms are also the same. So you see the cutouts on this guy compared to the Chomping? Roughly the same. So we saved the best for last. Yeah, what a joke. Here's the skull size comparison. Nowhere close. There she is. Thrasher versus, it does have a thrashing action, kinda. Not compared to this though. Amazing. So here's the size comparisons of these guys. Probably about half the size. Alright, final thoughts after comparing it to other toys. What am I going to give it? I thought about 3. I didn't want to buy it. I bought it. I was flirting with 5. I think I'm going to give it a 4. So this is, I think, the lowest dinosaur I've ever rated on the show. Trust me, there are worse than this. Well, maybe not. This is pretty bad. But kids, I don't think will care. So if you have a child that's like, oh man, I want to buy this, and they're still watching this video, and they're like, yeah, you're saying a lot of bad things, but kids really don't care. This is a toy for kids. This isn't an adult collecting toy. Kids are going to love this. Adults are going to mostly stay away from it. At least I want to stay away from it. A lot of people probably think this is pretty cool. So, I mean, out of the box, it's really not a 3. I think I'm going to give it a 4. It actually is a cool figure. The pros, it's actually a nice size. Feels really cool. It fits nice in my hand. Speaking of feeling cool, I think a great positive is the detailing for the figure. It is pretty nice. The head looks really great. At least there's paint on the toes, and it does balance. So that's good. Negatives, screw holes. The head is really disproportionate. The 3 really big slits here for the action feature. The ridiculously big dino damage. The really small arms. The no paint on the claws of the arms. Screw holes, you already said screw holes one time, it needs to be said again. It's just really a joke. And I already talked about the head being too big, but just the disproportions. And I don't know if this one's got a faulty left foot, but it just looks really weird. So that's all for this guy. Do I recommend you picking it up? Not really. If you're on the fence of it, can I recommend you picking it up? I'm gonna be optimistic and say yeah, because why not be optimistic, you know? You might like it. Like, I was actually kind of surprised when I took it out and started playing with it, so I think you will be too. So will I recommend it for you? If you're on the fence, I'd say why not? Sure, go for it. But if it sucks, I told you. So that's it, everybody. This has been an in-depth review of the Basher Biter Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic World. If you want to win this figure, there are 4 things you gotta do. Number 1, you have to be subscribed. I can check. If you're not, Number 2, you must like this video, so like the video below. Number 3, I want to know your favorite dinosaur in the comments below and tell me the reason why it's your favorite dinosaur. And number 4, you must live in the United States of America. I'm sorry, I can't afford to ship it outside the country. Alaska, Puerto Rico, and Hawaii count, so I can ship to those 3 states and territories. So those are the 4 rules. So if you want to win this, abide by the rules. The contest ends July 27th, and on July 29th, I will pick out a winner. The reason why we're doing this giveaway is I'm trying to get to 1,300 subscribers. I picked 300 for 3, because in '93, Jurassic Park was released, and this guy was the star. So that's why. So if I don't get to 1,300 by July 27th, I'll just take this back to the store. But if I do get to 1,300 by July 27th, July 29th, we're going to do a video and the giveaway. So thanks once again for stopping by. This has been another in-depth review. I'll catch you on the flip side.